Right now, we're in downtown Jersey City at the opening ceremony for Jersey City Art Studio Tour. It's the 31st annual. And today we'll be interviewing a few panelists, some artists, some people who are involved heavily in the arts in Jersey City, various different organizations who all contribute to and are a part of the art community here. So our first panelist that we'll have is Robert Koch.
So what do you think about JCAST this year? Anything you're looking forward to looking at, or how do you feel?
I'm really excited for JCAST this year. This is like my 17th JCAST or something like that.
Wow.
And last year it was virtual, so it wasn't kind of, So I'm excited to be back around people and excited to be in my new studio and looking forward to it.
So describe your perspective on JCAST. Like, what is JCAST for you? Like, what does that mean?
Well, JCAST, it's like, it's just an opportunity for the Jersey City art community to come together and get some recognition. Being an artist, a lot of it's very solitary. You're in your studio by yourself, and for me, I don't sell much work.
Sad.
No, it's not. It's joyous actually, but I don't sell my work myself. I sell through galleries, so it's an opportunity for me to actually meet people that are buying my work. So it makes it a little stronger connection.
Kind of connect to your audience.
Right.
So in terms of impact on the community, right? You mentioned that JCAST is a way, an opportunity for artists to kind of come together, show their work. What else do you think that we could be doing, either in Jersey City or in general, to kind of influence the art community, make it better? What things would you like to see?
That's a tough one. Jersey City does a lot more to support its artists than a lot of cities do.
Okay.
And I think having things like Art 150, being a cultural hub downtown is a big step forward in making the art more present, more than just one weekend a year. It's a place that people can see art any day of the week, really. So
got it. I guess we'll leave you with this closing statement. Right. You mentioned Art 150 a lot, right? So I'm assuming that's like your baby, your child. It doesn't have to be it. However, I'm thinking that this answer will be on the lines of that, and sorry for steamrolling you, but what, I guess, impact do you want to leave on the art community in terms of your legacy or in general? It could be a piece of artwork.
Well, I would hope that in a few years from now when I'm dead, people will say, like, he was a pretty decent human being with some talent, so.
Keep it simple, I love it.
Yeah.
Well, there she is.
Yeah, she's still here.
So we want to thank you for kind of giving your perspective on, what you do, how it's beneficial to the art community, getting your perspective. For those who are watching and listening, please go to 150 Bay. It's a beautiful, beautiful facility. Robert is there, so if you want to pick his brain, you can definitely do that as well.
All right, thanks for having me.
All right, guys who still tuned in and watching over at 150 Bay and also tuning in live onto the Twitch and Instagram. To my left, we have a well-known figure in Jersey City. To my left, or your right, we have Kelly, who's the director of museums at Mana Contemporary, but I will let him give a brief introduction of himself.
Hi, yes, I'm Kelly McPhee. I'm currently working as the creative director at Mana Contemporary. I work with the content and a lot of our museum clients at the Art Center.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I guess before we jump into anything, give us a brief overview of how you came to be, how you got involved in that. What's your story?
How I got involved in the arts, or
yes. Well, give us from the beginning.
From the beginning, okay. I'm gonna have to make it quick then. I'll make it really quick. All right. I honestly, I came out of art school. I didn't really know exactly what I was going to do, and I ended up becoming got a fellowship at the Smithsonian. At the time, it was the National Museum of American Art, and it was like a summer before I graduated, and I wanted to be in the design department, but they ended up calling me and saying, look, somebody filled that position, but how about the registrarial? And I was like, whatever that is, that sounds better than me going home. And then I started this whole world of like behind the scenes of museums where it was design, production, everything that you didn't see until you walked into a museum. And then from that, I just got into like the private sector, doing that for institutional clients. And then I jumped from there to the gallery world. I worked for Pace Gallery in the city, pretty large blue chip gallery. Got that side of the world of sales and the art markets. And then I went back to my own and started my own company where we kind of did all of the above, where I was doing logistics, exhibit design and production, and then also doing storage and working on exhibitions. So
Awesome.
I kind of tied everything together in one thing, which then led me to Man Contemporary, which then took it to another level in the sense that they had all of that going on in the background. Not everybody knows that's happening, but at the same time, it's feeding the entire community of artists that are there.
I'm glad you mentioned that.
Yeah,
Yes.
sure. I feel like some people might not think, but I think that there's an art to what you do. So, what would you say is your favorite part of your art process? Like,
Give us all the nuances.
yeah, what's your
Well, it originally started when I got into museums, because I'm an artist myself, and I still make artwork, is that it was a way for me to always be connected to art. So at the time, in my 20s, it was like, oh my God, I'm holding a Picasso, I'm working right beside this, I can touch it, I can see it. And then as that went forward, it was more about the people. I like being around artists, in the industry of art, meaning like the people who are actually building all of the exhibits or driving trucks with artwork in it. They're all artists. Everybody who worked with me were musicians, painters, sculptors, and those people, are the type of people I love hanging out with because they always keep you thinking. So even when you're possibly doing things that you're not 100% about, you're around a bunch of people that you are. You know what I'm saying? And it always has your creative mind happening, even though you're working sort of, making money at the same time. So
Absolutely.
like that was a great balance for me, and that's what always kept me in the arts instead of like just going and doing something just to make money, so.
But that's important because
Yeah.
everyone thinks art as just like, here's the artist, here's the canvas, and here's what they do, and they don't understand the intricacies that go behind it.
Yeah.
So I think from your perspective, right, and we'll leave you with this.
Yeah.
How do you think that we can continue to bridge the gap between artists and audiences, even if someone might not consider themselves like an artist? Like
Yeah,
what
yeah.
you do is higher. It's a bigger picture than an artist. You're providing. You're a medium to an artist, right? So like, how do you think we can bridge that gap, or literally be the bridge?
You mean we in the cultural we, or
Yes,
like
but you
like
specifically.
me specifically? Well, I think at Mana, it was always the hope there was always by putting artists together to begin with, and other creative people working within that field, because it naturally doesn't have to do with us per se.
Yes.
All we're doing is kind of providing the sort of incubator, for lack of a better word, or that, and putting the right things in it. And then if people react to that and respond and start to work, in that community, I can't tell you how many times where I'll meet somebody I don't even know in the building, and they'll say, oh, this is what I'm doing. And I'll be like, did you ever know about the other person down the hallway doing this? Or, hey, I'll hook you up with a guy who's doing something similar, and maybe you can take what you're doing there and take it somewhere else. And I think that's what it is. And that's kind of what, that's what's happening on the ground level, of people interacting, but it's also what's happening out like in social media
Yep.
and tech. And so artists now I think it's the most exciting time ever because artists are taking their own careers in their own hands. They're not, you can actually cut out a lot of the middlemen, and artists can actually start getting paid for what they do. Because you have artists on the top level always get paid, right?
Yep.
But there's other artists who are always asked to do things free, asked to do these things, and
We
undervalues.
understand.
Yeah,
We
exactly.
understand.
Yeah, everybody does. Everybody
We
does.
understand.
And I think as you look at the digital media, people start to realize that artists have such a major role in communities. You look at Jersey City, you look at artists working out in the street, any of that, now NFTs, everything. People are taking it seriously and seeing it, and I'm talking about on a massive level.
Yeah.
Before it might have just been sort of hyper-focused to people in the art world, but now it's just like, to me, I think it's one of the most interesting times, at least since I've been in the business.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for that. Thank you again for joining us on the panel. Can you let everyone know where they can find you?
Oh, you mean like email?
Contact.
Contact. Yeah. You can find me at Mana Contemporary. My email's Kelly KELE at Mana Contemporary. I'd love to hear from you, and if there's something that you'd like to know more about, shoot me an email, and I'll get back to you.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hello. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Can't complain. It's a lovely day in Jersey City. It's a little chilly, but I love fall.
Oh, me too. My favorite.
Well, thank you for joining Nabil and I on this set of Look, Don't Touch.
Thank you for asking me.
Of course. Obviously, we're here for a reason, for JCAST.
Yep.
Could you give us, and the viewers that are watching and listening, a brief overview and background of what you do, who you are, what is your story?
Okay. So my name is Andrea McKenna. I am a visual artist. I'm a painter. I work on burlap. I do large tapestries, and I paint figures that are basically transcending into the afterlife. I am also the gallery director and curator for Art House Productions here in Jersey City.
Shout out Our House Productions.
Mm-hmm.
So, I feel like I've been asking about the creative process. Do you want to?
Yeah, I mean, I can access. So your art house, and then you have your own practice.
Yes.
You want to go over the process for both?
Sure. So what's
Yeah. So your favorite parts of the process.
My favorite part of the process for what I do personally?
Yes.
Basically, I think getting right to the actual painting, because my process is very layered. So there's a lot of steps, a lot of prep steps. So I have to work in multiple pieces at a time in order to get to that, to the meat of it, where I actually get to create the image itself. So very fun.
Don't mind that. That won't mess up our sound. Don't mind that.
Okay.
It's fine.
And the process for me as a curator so I love the Jersey City art scene.
Mm-hmm.
I've been a part of it for a very long time.
Yes.
And I love choosing the art for the shows and inviting new artists to participate, which is always really fun.
Nice.
And I love art, so I love choosing a theme, getting the right artist work into there, and then seeing the artist, in the show. It's pretty fun. It's exciting.
So I guess where do you draw your inspiration from? You mentioned you do paintings that transcend the afterlife.
Yes.
I love that. It's a topic that we can always discuss outside of this because it's crazy.
Yeah.
However, where did you get that inspiration?
Well, I've been painting like this for probably over 10 years, but I didn't realize what I was painting until recently. And
Okay.
I think that is because I've had a string of losses in the last few years, a lot, and it started to show up in my work, and I thought, this is actually what I've been painting all this time, is this sort of ethereal transcendence of spirituality. Getting into the next realm, and it just fascinates me. The whole process fascinates me. I've read a lot of books about it, and it just keeps getting more and more interesting to me as I go. So it's just something it's intriguing.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is really a time for Jersey City to really lay down our
So
chips.
curating in our house, you
This is an
definitely do
important
community a lot,
part of
right?
who we are as
So how do you
people of
feel like
Jersey
you
City.
can benefit the
Arts and
community through
culture
that?
are
So Jersey City has a lot of artists in this town, right? There's a lot. And there are always new ones moving in. And I used to think that I knew them all, but I don't. There's so many.
It's tough.
So when I curate a show, I try to invite new artists, and
Okay.
try to get them into the fold, because Art House is a citywide organization, and we do a lot of things there, not just visual art. So getting new artists in and introducing them to what we have here in Jersey City is what I love.
Awesome. So with Art House, right, and everything that you do, talk to us a little bit about like what everlasting impact do you want in the community since you're so involved?
I want them.
Sorry. No
I
worries.
want the artists to know that Jersey City is a home for the art, and that they're always they're welcome here. They're welcome to show their work and express what they do. It's really important for artists to be able to have self-expression, and a lot of times it gets censored in one way or the other. And I think Jersey City has been very open and just welcoming in that respect, that you can basically just express yourself in any way that you want. And I hope that continues, and I want to be a part of that with Art House. I want artists to be able to feel comfortable in expressing themselves in any way that they see fit for themselves.
Got it.
Seems we're on the right track for sure.
I would say so. So I guess, and we'll leave you with this. If someone's out there listening, either they're a multifaceted artist or an artist looking just to get started, like what advice would you have to them?
Be authentic. Be authentic to yourself. Don't try to do art that you think is going to sell to a type of person or brand. Paint what you love, what makes you happy, and the authenticity will come out in that, and people will see that. And if you're right for that person, they will buy your work.
Amazing. Well, Andrea, thank you for joining us. Please let everyone know where they can find Art House and everything that you do, all of your artwork. Please.
Well, for me, it's AndreaMcKenna.com. That's my website. ArtHouseProductions.org. And right now we are in between spaces, but we have a new space coming in the spring, and it's on Morgan and Bay, right down the block, 184 Morgan. And for JCAST, we are in studio number 258 at the 150 Bay building, second floor.
Cool.
You heard it here. 150 Bay is the spot that everyone keeps saying. Thank you for joining us. Thank you so much.
Very much.
Huh? Well, I mean, honestly, everyone that's watching, we are kind of cold because we have short sleeves. We thought this was Jersey City Art Basel, but it's fall. But we're having a good time out here, nevertheless.
So we have someone next. Who do we got next?
We have Molly next.
Molly. Hi.
Hi.
Hey, take a seat.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Well,
So, happy JCAST.
Happy JCAST to you too. By the way, everyone listening, my Nabil, he thinks that it's not JCAST. He thinks it's JCAST. And thank you for clarifying. Thank you for clarifying.
No, it's JCAST.
But
Yeah.
before we start, thank you for clarifying. But while we are on the topic of everything, give us a brief overview of who you are. What's your story? We love a good origin story, as Nabil always says. So
Oh, an origin story.
please tell us.
Wow, how far back do you want me to go?
Give us. We want everything.
Yeah, whatever.
Like Batman.
Well, I got to Jersey City from the West Coast. I'm originally from San Diego.
Nice.
I came here for love.
Oh.
So there you go. That's a good story, right?
Stronger than me.
So that was 13 years ago. And I've always done art. But when I got here, I really got involved in the art scene.
Okay.
So about 9 years ago, I really jumped in, and it was actually JCAST that was
Sparked
my
it.
introduction. Yeah. I've been
We
doing
love a
art,
good
and
full
I
circle.
heard actually Andrea McKenna, the last person that you spoke to.
Yes.
I had heard about this little pop-up thing that was going on, and she happened to be there, and she was telling me about JCAST, and I said, oh, how can I get involved in that, And she said, well, you have to join Pro Arts. So I did. I joined Pro Arts. At that time, Pro Arts Jersey City was running JCAST. So they're the ones that originally began JCAST 31 years ago. So it's a group, and then in 2015 it got so big because it's an all volunteer organization.
Yep.
It's a member organization. It got so big for us that we turned it over to the city. So they've been doing it ever since.
Okay.
But yeah, so now I'm the administrator for Pro Arts,
Amazing.
and I'm also an artist, and I work in fabric.
Okay. I kind of had a hint by what you're wearing. Love the fit.
He
Love the
But
fit.
I do art. I don't do clothes particularly, but I use recycled lingerie that I find at thrift stores.
Good.
You know you're gonna have to expand on
You have
that.
to say
You know you have
that.
to. You can't not.
Well, I go thrift store shopping and I find these wonderful, beautiful, gorgeous pieces of lingerie,
Yeah.
and I turn them into art. I take them apart and I reassemble them, and as I'm creating, I'm thinking about women's issues, positive things and negative things. Sometimes I'm thinking about the environment. So yeah, I just find that they're really great launching a launch for thought process and creativity. So
I love that.
yeah.
I feel like, and I'm glad that you mentioned that because I want people listening to understand that like art can really just derive from anything. You know, let's take a step back. Do you think that art needs a reason behind it? Like, do you need a motivation? Not necessarily inspiration, but like a motivation or a reason behind it. You mentioned like when you're doing your art, you think about like women's challenges and goals and things that you want to, So
Right. I think that there's art is all encompassing, and there's different reasons to do art and for art to be. And I think one is pure enjoyment, just to take people out of their usual space and give them a new way of looking or thinking or just relaxing. And
that's the purpose of the show. Just saying.
yeah. And then also I think that there's there's more political stuff, and that's great too, and it helps to push a certain agenda forward to also help people kind of look at things a little bit differently. And
I think art can like shape the world around us through it. So, for sure.
yeah. So I think there's different. I don't think there's one way or another, and I think it's all valid.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I think it's important. It's not binary. It's not.
Right.
Even we as artists don't understand it. We just do the things that make us happy, like you said. So.
Right. And I would say that while you're working, the piece generally tells you what it's about, right? You just start it, and then it kind of takes off, does its own thing, tells you.
Is that how you
what
feel
it
when you're
is.
designing?
Yeah, usually. I feel like sometimes you're doing all. It's there for you. Just gotta figure it out.
Okay.
That's how it works. It's the best way to describe it.
Got it.
But you're doing like commercial design
Yeah.
more, like, right?
Yeah.
So you probably have more of a purpose.
Kind of.
Okay.
Sometimes just make random stuff. It's just like, I don't know how this is gonna end up.
It turns out good.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Sometimes like t-shirt design, and it will be like, I just don't know. I know the thing I want to do it on. I don't know the end product, but it'll just be like, okay, what is this gonna turn into? So yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes I have no idea. Sometimes I'm like, okay, I know exactly what this is gonna be like, but hit it
Yeah.
with some
Well, that's the pleasure of doing the creation, right? Is not knowing, making those discoveries.
shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
So.
Look at you.
I'm connecting. I like Molly. She's cool.
It's art talk. Let's speak art.
Molly, thank you. If we've been asking kind of just like as our last question to kind of like go into like different means of like inspiring artists or soon to be artists or people who are just trying to connect with the arts. I guess we would love to know what can we do to continue to bridge the gap between artists and audience and helping people connect.
We as in you? And
You-
you're.
But
Oh,
we
we
as
as
artists,
in-
but you specifically.
Oh. How can I do that? Well, I think it's important to encourage people to try, be creative. I think everyone has it in them. My husband is always telling people, they'll say, oh, I'm not creative at all. And he'll say, well, what do you do for a living? And they'll say, well, I'm an accountant. He's like, well, do you have to solve problems? And well, yeah, I'm always solving problems. Well, that's very creative.
It is. It's
right?
a science, which is also an art.
Right.
Same.
So I think that for me, it's encouragement. I try to encourage everyone to, whatever they're doing, to...
There's no right answer. And we appreciate it.
Yeah.
There's always like emotional, there's physical reasons why people, there's different motivators as to why. So it's important to hear from someone else because people need to connect to that.
Right.
And that's the whole purpose.
Right.
Hearing it from people who've been there and had an origin story and started from scratch, right? People are looking to connect, just like how you say your husband thinks he's not an artist. We hear that all the time.
Yeah.
Everyone is an artist in there.
Right. And I think what you're doing here is like amazing.
Thank
to
you.
get people to hear about the arts, and
It's his idea.
Someone had to do it.
His idea.
it's fantastic.
Someone had to do it.
It's really fantastic. And I think like events like this are really important too.
For sure.
They bring people who would be afraid to go into a gallery. Like they feel intimidated by going into a gallery because maybe they would go to a museum, but they wouldn't go to a gallery. And these are local artists, so maybe they're not in museums, and that helps bridge the gap, I think, to have events like this because it's very accessible.
Thank you. That was perfect.
Thank you.
I know I said it was no right answer, but that was perfect.
I got the right answer?
You got the right answer.
Yay! All right.
Thank you so much for joining
Well, thank
us.
you so much for inviting me.
Of
It was
course.
really nice. It was really nice. So, happy JCAST.
Happy
Happy JCAST. That is our new motto.
All right, guys. That was Molly.
How you feeling?
You feeling good, right?
You're getting all sentimental because you talk about your designing process.
This guy. Well, I think we got someone next.
Oh yeah, we got Tyler.
That's Tyler next. Hey, what's up? Good. How are you?
Good.
Love the jacket, by the way.
Thank you. I made it.
Trust me, I did my research. We are both into like fashion and designs.
Yes.
We did our research.
It's quite sharp.
But I mean,
You might have to.
You're at risk. I'm not. Thank you for risking your life for me.
it's fine. I'm the middleman for a reason.
Gotcha.
Right?
Perfect.
All right.
So-
where should I look? At you guys?
Yeah.
All right.
Whatever you feel is comfortable.
All
I mean,
right.
people are watching live, and then it's on Twitch, Instagram Live. So
Awesome.
Whatever you want. Tell them to get your good stuff.
Well, do you want to switch sides then?
Well, thank you for joining us. First and foremost, we've done the research, but they don't know. So give us a brief overview, who you are, what is your story, talk about Wyoming, things like that.
All right. Well, my name's Tyler. I am from Wyoming. I moved to New York about almost 10 years ago.
Nice.
I work in fashion. I have a studio right behind us at 150 Bay and
50 Bay.
150 Bay. I was on Project Runway on Bravo season 18.
Nice.
So that really, I didn't go to fashion school. So for me, being on the show was really kind of the moment that sort of catapulted me into this. So after that, it's been a crazy couple years.
So what was your inspiration to get into fashion? You didn't go to fashion school. Like, how did that spark? Especially, and no offense to any people from Wyoming, it's just
There aren't that many,
We're gonna
so it's
keep
okay.
making at Wyoming.
200,000 people in
Wyoming's
the
gonna
whole
hate
state.
us.
I think it's 500,000.
Something like that. I went to Utah and I had to Google. The next part. I'm like, if there's only this amount of people in Utah, how many people are in Wyoming?
There's certainly more cows than there are people.
That's crazy. So instead of, I think South Dakota is the rodeo capital of the world. It's like right next door.
I might debate you on that, but go ahead.
I don't know. But Big Sky Country, like,
Yes.
you don't hear too many like fashion forward people coming out. Talk to us about the inspiration.
Well, my mom taught me how to sew when I was little.
Okay.
And when I moved here, like every other, aspiring amateur drag queen, like Halloween is the moment. So I started sewing, costumes for myself for Halloween and drag, like gowns and capes and all that stuff. So really, that was the moment that got me interested in fashion, and it was a lot of YouTube. it was a lot of trial and error.
YouTube University.
YouTube University,
Yeah.
proud
Love it.
graduate, yes. And it was, it was difficult to learn how to actually make functional garments that are not just, thrown together. So it's been a journey for sure.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's great. So he's more of the fashion person because he's like
More
directly
graphics.
into design and graphics.
Oh, yeah?
So
Awesome.
I'm gonna let him steer I
Okay.
like the fashion and stuff, but like he executes the vision. So
All right.
You see the Mixie shirt? He's Mixie. Don't worry. That's his thing.
That's like Miami.
All right.
City.
I love it.
Alright, so what's your favorite part of the process then? You've done.
The construction, definitely the construction. I think it's always interesting to me how a garment will evolve from what you initially sketch out. Like, you can have the best laid plan in the entire world. When you actually start sewing it, and maybe this piece works better here. Maybe this seam is. Oh, we have a guest.
Oh.
You
love to see
welcome
it,
to the
guys.
stage.
Love to see it.
It's all right. So we. Really seeing how the garment evolves while your hands are in the sewing machine, while you're cutting threads and cutting fabric. I love it. I really do love it. It's therapeutic for me. Like, the sound of the sewing machine is my favorite sound in the entire world. So.
Nice. And so, is this your first JCAST or no?
My first JCAST. I just opened my studio in June.
Nice.
I previously was operating out of the second floor of my apartment.
Hey, we all been there. It's okay.
I'm telling you, it's
We're
been a
in the
journey.
basement, man.
Yeah, we're in the basement.
Yeah. So it's been an exciting couple months. I didn't realize how much stuff I crammed into my one little corner in the apartment. So getting organized over the last couple months, getting my tools laid out, getting all my fabric brought over, and really moving it has been such an amazing experience. So this is my first JCAST. I'm excited to show my studio. I'm excited to open it up. It's actually the first time I've really let anyone other than clients into my creative space. So it'll be fun. I have a ton of cool pieces.
Nice, yeah. I'm pretty sure everyone's excited to check it out.
Yeah.
So now you're going to connect to an audience that you're not usually...
That's the plan.
Yeah.
That's the plan. So I have a couple pieces that are... I have one from one of the drag queens on RuPaul's Drag Race.
Okay.
I made her this enormous, beautiful, colorful jacket out of ostrich feathers. It's crazy.
That's cool.
So she was kind enough to let me borrow that. Her name's Olivia Lux, and she's been taking it on tour with her over the U.S. Over the past couple months. So that's on display. I'm gonna have a couple gowns on display. I'll probably put this jacket up on the wall. It'll be
You wouldn't
cool.
need nails or anything. You got to just stick it on the wall.
What's that?
You wouldn't need nails or anything. You just stick it on the wall.
Exactly.
Perfect.
Yes.
Functional.
Right.
Love it.
Right.
So I'm definitely gonna check your studio out. But so for someone transitioning from working from home to a studio, what do you think was the biggest challenge for you?
I mean, beyond the actual physical
Yeah.
move.
Yeah.
For me, it was convincing myself that it was time. Which it was.
That's important.
You were, yeah.
It's very important.
Yeah, I worked in my apartment for as long as humanly possible, and I'm lucky enough to be producing at a capacity now that just it made it necessary to move. So, I would have to say, like, telling yourself that it's time, you're worth it, you're at that stage in your life that you got this.
So
Yeah,
it sounds like you're like in stride, right?
That's-
Which is great.
I like to think so.
I mean, from what yes. What's next for you, right? So like, what do you want in terms of like your lasting legacy to be, whether that be in the fashion realm, art realm? Like, talk to us about that.
Well, I do make a lot of stuff for the RuPaul girls, and there's something just so fun about making just like show-stopping costumes. I wouldn't be opposed to working in Broadway or working in a costume house for a show or something like that. Right now, all of my work is private clients, right? So
Yep.
I do a lot of stuff for the performers. I do a lot of like ready to wear, a lot of jackets, a lot of like jumpsuits, that sort of stuff. So I guess taking it to a larger stage, no pun intended, like Broadway or whatever. But that's where I'm hoping to go with it. Yeah.
I got that with the joke late. So we want to give like an everlasting like comment where people or question where the audience can connect. And so I'm gonna let Nabil close us out because my question isn't relevant. My question is gonna be, can you make us something?
Yes. The answer is yes.
That was gonna be my question. Wow, way to go.
Sorry, I beat you. But I'll let Nabil close us out and want to say thank you so much for joining us on this panel.
Thank you for having me.
Super helpful. And then let people know after where they can find you, social media, obviously 150, where they can, buy some pieces.
Yeah. I think that applause is for me.
I got you.
Bring us home.
Yeah. So, lastly, so this is your first JCAST, and you said this is your first time connecting to other audiences. What other things do you think you could do to connect to your audience through your art and your passion?
I found that the creative process is so weird because as artists we spend all of our time just completely isolated, like pouring our heart and soul and emotions and blood, sweat, and tears into these pieces, and then the next day you just show it to the entire world. It's like a very weird personal process, right? So I think events like JCAST are so important. At least for me, like growing as an artist, being able to have somebody in my workspace, somebody see the projects that I'm working on on every stage of completion is really just an amazing way to connect with folks and just help build a better artist community, I think. So that's what I'm hoping to get out of JCAST.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes, let everyone know where to find you.
Yes, I am. There's 2 cameras. Yeah. I'm on Instagram as Dear. Oh, there's 3. Oh my god. All right.
Go for it.
Dear Tyler, DearTyler. It's on Instagram. I'm the only one. So that's where to find me. That's the best way to find me. And I look forward to meeting folks who do.
Awesome. Thank you, man. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, man.
Yes.
That was great. I love it. You can definitely, I want, a custom mask. I was going to ask. I've never seen these custom masks. Not like Kanye.
I think we'll do it.
Not the ski mask.
He's going to kill it.
Like,
yeah. All right, last one.
I'm so serious.
All right.
If you see me with, a weird ski mask, mind your business.
All right. Hey. Last but not least.
How are you?
We got Kristin.
This is for you.
Thank you. Matches the carpet.
So, I'm going to do no talking.
No talking?
You're going to do the whole thing.
I'm going to do all the talking?
You're going to ask some questions and answer.
Cool. So what brings you to Jersey City?
First off, let's go with intros.
All right, so let's introduce yourself.
Yeah, I am Kristin DeAngelis. I am a curator. I am an art dealer and an art educator and an art advocate.
Nice. Talk about your story. How did you become Kristin DeAngelis, the multifaceted artist, curator?
How long is this segment here exactly? Well, I'll tell you I will tell you that when I was growing up, I always wanted to be an art teacher. I grew up in a little teeny tiny town in Connecticut, and I was like, I want to be an art teacher. And somewhere in high school, and this was a long time ago, I was like, I feel like the arts get cut all the time. I was 10, how would I know this? But I was like, so let me think about something different. And I ended up going to school for art and marketing.
Nice.
And so I was like, but studio art was really, I'm like that weird introvert, extrovert. So
ambivert.
I was like, let me go to all the parties. But once I got into my art studio with my I was like, don't try to find me. My roommates would be like, this is way before cell phones. And they'd be like, you have been MIA for 21 hours. And I was like,
they were throwing you paper planes.
Yeah, they were like, we had the homing pigeons out for you. So
they should have sent the car dealer people.
Yeah.
They
would have tracked me down. But when I got out of school, I just kind of I did a little graphic design, and then I went, okay, I love marketing. I love supporting people. And so I kind of went more that sales marketing avenue. We're going to skip over a lot of years, but I was working in a corporate job, and I had this opportunity. My husband and I invested in some real estate,
nice.
And we were like, he was like, we'll make this art gallery, and you can run it. And I was like, I fly around the country, and I have an 80-hour week, but sure, that sounds great. And so I ended up, it's like Kismet all of a sudden was like, if you do this, you'll get a separation package. And I'm thinking to myself, well, I've been running the art gallery while I've been flying around and this and that. And my mentor at work kind of knew things, and he'd be so kind. He'd be like, I just want to tell you, today you sound a little tired. And I'd be like, I should get coffee, right? I should get coffee. No, but it was great because like no one was supposed to know like that I had this other thing. He's like, I just want, and I was like, thank you very much. I'm going to go get some coffee right now. But then I ran my gallery, 107 Bowers Gallery and Art Space up in Jersey City Heights for 3 years, and it was amazing. And it introduced me to a whole new world with artists and other art gallery owners, and it was incredible. I mean, I get to talk about art all day. So it no longer exists, but as a brick and mortar, but now it's online, and I do curations here for the Silverman Buildings downtown. So we have 2 art shows going on right now, so I'm interactive with that all the time. And I work as a deputy director at Art Fair 14C, and I try to help anybody I can, and I get to teach art to children. That's been a little bit on hold because of COVID, but we were doing Zooms, then we were doing, first I was doing videos, and then I was doing Zooms, and that was really, I was like, oh, and your left hand, and wait, how to show you how to hold a pencil, and it was really, it was fabulous, and I love that so much, you know, bringing up the next generation of artists and opening up their creative minds, and so that's just kind of, here I am today.
We can't even ask what impact do you want.
Yeah, you're
living it, you're doing it, we can't even ask that question.
I guess so, yeah, it's been an amazing, I'm so grateful for the journey, like, I think no matter what I do, teaching the children art has been just so incredible. I'm at the Bethune, I was before COVID, at the Bethune Center, so it was like kids walk to the class, and the class was free for the kids, and just seeing their faces like light up, just showing me what their work was, you know, and it's not dissimilar from an artist, like, you know, going, look, I created this, and it's just it's so amazing, and it's just my heart. Like, I'm like, oh my gosh, kids and, you know, even artists, like, just great. Like, they're following their passion, and it's hard. No matter what art it is, it's hard.
I love that.
So yeah, they are artists of no matter again what kind, artists of the rock stars, and I think of myself like I'm just this roadie trying to get you on stage, and then to the next gig. Like, just, you know, it is important. Like, people have to know that someone's there. Like, whether it's just to hear them talk about something, help them, if you're a child, help them draw a straight line sometimes. But it's great. I'm very fortunate.
I love that.
Yeah. Yeah, she just blew me away with that.
Everything.
Yeah, wow.
Everything that we want to like cover.
I hit it all in one shot for you guys.
Kind of, yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah, you know, it's
one take, Kristin.
Yeah, same game. One take, Kristin.
One take.
One take, Ken. We gotta get out of here.
So, I guess we'll give a closing statement. You want to give it?
No, yeah.
Okay. Since I feel like we kind of like didn't talk enough about JCAST. So
yeah.
Let's talk.
Let's go into the importance of JCAST, right?
Oh, it's so important.
But not only that, what else do you think that we can add to JCAST, or just like Jersey City in general, the arts community, to make it more impactful, to help people connect a little bit more? You seem like you're on that path already, but where do you think that we can take it to the next level?
You know, it's so amazing, the passion. I mean, it's 31 years this year.
Yeah.
So it's 31 years. So much passion behind this event, and there's always people who are so proud to say, like, I've been doing this. Like, that's where, like, they're pushing it to the next year and the next year, and then new people come along, and it's so amazing, and it's so amazing to see the changes, and then some things that there's still the tours that have been going on, whether it's the bike tour, that's so fun. Catherine Heck gives an amazing tour. It's just so fun to connect to new people. I think for us, I just want to make sure like people know like it's really fun, because there's a lot of people out there like, oh, art's boring. It's not boring. It's so great, and it's what you make of it, right? So that's the point. You meet people along the way that you might think like, oh, I would never have anything in common with them, and then you're standing in front of this piece of art looking at it. You could have the same opinion of it or different, but you're then connecting in some sort of way. And so it becomes this great connector.
Thank you.
So I hope that this continues on. I mean, there's a lot of times that this is the first time people are showing their work, and I think that's super important to know that they have this safe space to show their work, because it's scary. It's scary, like to go, here's a little piece of my soul, and knowing people are judging, you know, like you want to be like, it's okay, no one's judging. Someone is out there, but you know, you gotta get out there. You gotta take those baby steps to get out there, and that's what's really, that is really important. I think that's something that everybody needs to understand, because there's probably some people out there that go, I don't know if I'm ready. Like, this is the place to do it. Do it at JCAST. Like, everyone will literally put their arms around you and keep moving forward. So
I love that. Well, thank you so much for
having
joining
me.
us.
I appreciate
Please
it.
let everyone know where they can find you, because you are heavily involved in the community, and I think people would definitely benefit with connecting with you.
Thank you. I will be running around. The heels I have on right now are not the ones I will have on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. So I will be running around between 2 different shows, and so anyway, listen. And then if you love JCAST, come to the art fair 14C. It's at Mana Contemporary Glass Gallery.
We're at Mana.
More art. So yeah. So #see art every day, and thank you so much for supporting us today. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Okay, I'm putting the mic down.
That was one take K. She's out of here.
So, this is Look, Don't Touch.
Yeah.
We are finished with our great panelists. We want to thank everyone for joining Nabil and I down here tonight in downtown Jersey City for JCAST. Again, it's JCAST.
JCAST.
We want to thank Cultural Affairs, the Mayor's Office. Thank you, Mayor Fulop, for having us and partnering with us for JCAST. Would love to continue to do these things to bridge the gap between artist and audience. I'm going to have Nabil take us out and close us out, because he's like Raekwon the chef and I'm like Ghostface, so do what you gotta do.
Yo, this has been Shawn and Nabil. This is Look, Don't Touch. Enjoy the rest of your night.
But we're about to kick it to our own On the Street segment with Andy Mack.
LV Lack, aka Andy Mack.
Please join us.
Aka Andrew Mackington.
You
Grab a mic.
hat, you get the red mic.
Fire.
Alright.
And he's gonna be helped by Nabil Miftaki.
Yeah.
Yo.
This guy. Yo, you enjoyed the show?
Welcome. Yeah, yo, it's really dope.
So,
Look mad clean, bro.
next guy. Next seat.
Oh, I gotta get my cards out and stuff.
Alright.
Alright, we're prepared now.
We good now?
I think so.
Okay.
Bring on my new friends.
So who we got up, guys? Hey.
Hello.
Hey, where's the mic? Yeah, where's Mike?
Awesome. Hello, nice to meet you.
Hi.
My name is Andy.
Hi, Andy. I'm Steph.
This is Nabil.
Hi, Nabil.
Word. So we're gonna ask you some random art questions, see what you know, what you don't know.
I don't know anything.
We're gonna find out.
Okay.
But if you get the answers right, you get a hat.
Oh.
Or a fanny pack. So
All right.
there's some incentive.
Okay.
Alright, first question. Where was the Mona Lisa painted? You got 4 different answers. Ringside in JC, Florence, Hogwarts, or Paris? Where was the Mona Lisa?
I think it's Hogwarts. I don't know about you, but definitely has to be Hogwarts.
It might have been Ringside.
Is it Florence?
No.
Oh.
Nah.
Yeah, I told you. I don't know anything.
No.
That's it. Did I lose?
We'll give you
We're
one
gonna
more
give you
try.
another question,
Alright.
just to save it. Was Bob Ross's afro real?
True or false?
True or false?
I didn't watch the documentary.
I didn't watch it either.
True. It wasn't?
It was fake.
It was fake.
He faked it.
Was he like appropriating?
I don't know.
Whoa.
Was it part of his art?
I'm not surprised.
I know. I suck. I'm
I'll
sorry.
give you a third one.
Wow. No, this is kind of embarrassing.
Nah,
It's alright, don't worry about it.
The third one, you go get it. I got hope.
Okay.
Alright, what's the name of Andy Warhol's New York studio? There's 4 answers. The lab, the factory, the garage, or the firm?
The factory?
Oh, look at you!
You got that
Wow.
one. Alright.
Redemption.
Alright, so you're gonna get a Jersey City hat.
Aw.
Navy blue, you know what I mean? Tear it
nice.
up. Yeah.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you,
Thank you
guys.
so much.
Thanks for giving me mercy.
You got it. Now you know the answer. Bet.
I was gonna say the first
Bring them
one.
out, bring them out. See what y'all know.
Hi. There's a mic for you somewhere. Oh, you got it? You got it.
Find it.
Hello, nice to meet
Hi.
you. My name is Andy. This is
Denise.
Nabil. Nice to meet you.
Bill
Denise.
and
Oh, you're a student at Meta.
What's up?
Hey, Man and Gang in the building.
She's the studio mate.
Man and Gang.
He's coming.
Oh, alright.
How are you? I haven't seen you
Alright.
before. Welcome, you're on the show now.
Wow.
Yo, welcome.
That's the first time you guys
Yo,
saw
we gotta
Damani
ask
on
you
camera.
questions now.
That was the first time anyone's ever seen Damani on camera, guys. Someone
That
clip
was,
that. Someone clip that.
Yo, he's matched
You're
up.
never gonna see that again. You're never gonna see that
Oh, he's
again.
maxed up. Alright.
Okay. So first question. Which one of these artists did the cover for Drake's CLB? Roy Lichtenstein, Philippe Pantone, Damien Hirst, or Yaoi? Which one? I butchered that, by the way. I feel so bad. Okay.
Say the question again.
Question one more time?
Damien?
Oh! She's good. First try?
Nah, she cheating, man. I see her.
I don't know.
I did look at it.
Alright. See? Come on.
We got our first shooter on
You
the
gotta
first
do
shooter.
better.
I don't know. Okay.
You gotta do better.
All right. You can't see this one, right?
No.
Okay. Cool.
I cannot.
Who painted the scream?
Who painted what?
The scream.
The scream, like the painting.
I know. Munch? Edward Munch?
Here we go. Okay. She didn't cheat on that one.
Alright. One more.
One more.
Just to set it straight.
All right. This one you have to make us laugh with your answer. Who is Banksy?
He's a moral artist?
Who do you think he is?
I have no idea who that is. So.
Make up. Who do you think? Anyone? Okay. No. She
I
got
don't
one.
know.
She got two.
She got
Well, she
two.
cheated on one. One and a
She
half.
did cheat.
One and a half. She cheated.
I bet.
But she still
You
got
got
hat.
one.
You
You
still
got
got
a
hat.
hat,
Look at that
though.
though.
Ooh.
But every time you put this hat on, know that you cheated again.
You cheated to get one of them.
It's okay.
It's all good.
Another
Free
hat.
hat. Free hat.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Denise.
Thank you.
I'll be honored. Thank you.
Lovely. Lovely, lovely. Alright. That was great.
Yeah, Damani jumping on camera was my favorite part of that. That was crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't see that coming.
Which one of these artists has done a BMW art car? Andy Warhol, Picasso, George Bush, or Basquiat?
I believe in the glasses. I feel like you got this.
The hat.
That was the only hint I'm gonna give you.
The BMW. What was the first? What was the first?
The first answer?
Yes.
Was Andy Warhol.
I'm gonna go with the last. Basquiat.
I tried to give you the glasses. You didn't get it.
I even
Andy
said it.
Warhol.
I
I tried to give you the glasses.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Here, let's try this.
Okay. What artist is known for painting his mother? Renoir? Did you show him this?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
No, I didn't see it.
Renoir,
No
Goya,
more cheating.
Vermeer, or Whistler?
Renoir.
Damn, bro.
It was Whistler.
You got so close.
I feel like you're right there.
Alright. Which of these artists collaborated with George Condo on their album art? Lady Gaga, Beyonce, Travis Scott, or Kanye West?
Travis.
Nah, man, it's Kanye West.
Kanye West. One of the greatest albums ever.
You like
It's
art?
okay. It's alright. We had fun having it. You know what? You were so nice about it.
Yeah, you're
still
a good
going.
sport, yo.
Thank you very much.
You already have a hat, we get you a bag.
Yeah, we gave you
Thank
back.
you.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Was Bob Ross's afro real? Yes or no?
Yes.
Nah, it wasn't.
Damn it.
Nah,
He faked it. Don't worry. Keep staying positive.
Alright. Which one of these artists did the cover for Drake's Certified Lover Boy album? Roy Lichtenstein, Felipe Pantone, Damien Hirst, or Yayoi?
I knew he was gonna. I thought you were gonna butcher it too.
I had it.
Okay, which one of those?
Man.
Damien Hirst, I'll go with.
Damien Hirst.
Yeah, we
Okay,
got that, bro.
let's stay positive.
All right.
I'm glad to know that people got again. That's so good. All right, last question. Who painted the Scream? Edward Munch, Vincent Van Gogh, Otto Mueller, or Wassily Kandinsky?
Edward Munch.
You know some art.
I don't.
Cause you got that right.
I did, really?
Yeah, you did.
Which one did you?
I feel good. Edward Munch.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you got
You got it right.
bro. Damn, you know
See,
art. Yo, this guy knows art.
Let's try
he
it.
fronted.
Let's
I
try
feel
it.
like we got played.
He knows art.
Cause he started with the negativity and now he's all positive. He had the answers. You know, you're gonna have those. It's
You're a
okay.
gambling man. I like it.
My guy. Here's your
You got a
hat.
free hat.
You got a free
It
hat.
says Jersey City on it. Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you, man. Appreciate
Enjoy
it.
it. Wear it proudly.
Wear it proudly. Jersey City, make it yours.
Make it
That's
yours.
what they say, right?
That's on the back of the hat.
It's on the back of the hat.
Hey, what's up?
Hello. Nice to meet you.
Nice meeting
My name is Andy. This is Nabil.
Alright, what's up? Yeah, I'll do that to you somewhere. I'll never leave you hanging.
They're gonna pound it out, and you did. Okay.
So we're gonna ask you a few random art questions, see what
Okay.
you know, see what you don't know, and if you get some right answers, we give you a free prize.
Ooh, okay. I'm excited.
All right.
Don't do that.
I'll do this one again.
Nah. Yeah, it's an interesting one.
Yeah.
It's gonna be interesting.
If there was an art versus, who would you want to see go against each other, dead or alive?
Ooh, obviously, Da Vinci versus Michelangelo Buonarroti. You got to see them duke it out.
Dang.
Who do you think would win?
Who would win?
I think Leonardo is more of a Renaissance man, but I don't know. Michelangelo could also, bring it like physically. I think he'd get pissed and break something over Leonardo's head. I know that's not how Versus works. It's a very nice, chill Instagram event.
Yeah, that's sound reasonable.
Who's gonna win in that one?
I was with that one. That was a good one.
Yeah, should we just do this?
Yeah, no.
Alright, what artist is known for painting his mother?
Oh, Whistler.
Oh, damn. Oh, she got that. I didn't even say that.
Yeah, we didn't have to even give her a choice.
Oh, there was a multiple choice?
Oh, yeah.
I
Do
should've
the car
pulled
one.
out.
Do the car one. Do the car one.
Alright, then. Which of these artists have done a BMW art car? Andy Warhol, Picasso, George Bush, or Basquiat?
Oh, that's hard. I would like to see all of them do a car. Okay, I gotta admit, I don't know if I know this, but let me think about it. A BMW art car? I'm gonna say Andy Warhol just because he's the most popular.
Oh, she knows everything. She knows everything. 3 of 3? What the?
Damn,
This is
yo, we
crazy.
should give you the
You
whole
get two-
bag.
One of them was an opinion.
You get-
opinion
Yeah,
question.
yeah, word.
Alright.
You want to ask another one?
I was curious.
You want to ask another one?
We gotta ask another
I've got actually one more then.
Wow. Are you asking everybody 4 questions?
Nah,
just
you.
me.
You're doing
Alright.
good.
Nah, you just killed it.
Okay.
Yeah.
You might know this one. Who did the infamous wave mural on Grove Street?
Oh, Shepherd Ferry.
Damn.
Alright.
Give her the whole
Jeez,
bag,
bro.
bro.
She gets 2
I was an
things.
arts journalist in Jersey City. Shout out to
Jeez,
Jersey.
Whoa,
We
okay.
had prior
Okay, who is
Prior
treating these people?
knowledge. I'm an artist. I got it.
She okay.
You're really an artist. Yo.
Thank you so much.
Wear that proudly.
I will wear this proudly.
Remember
Jersey
this
City,
night.
what's up?
Thank you so
Thank
much.
Amazing. Thanks, guys.
Appreciate you. Damn, yo, she knows.
I think you guys gotta vet these people a little better because they have some
Yeah,
answers.
why y'all bringing people that know the
They know
answers?
everything.
We're supposed to find people that don't know the answers.
Doing one last one? Is that what we're doing? One last one? Keep going?
No, she really knew that.
Alright. Hey, there you go, bro.
How are you guys?
Good.
I'm gonna hold that here. Is that weird?
No, it's totally fine.
Nah,
What are we drinking? What are we drinking?
Whatever the
Alright. Summer Blondie. Alright.
So what are we doing here?
Okay, so we're gonna ask you some questions, and you're gonna win some free stuff.
Questions, okay.
Word up.
Let's do it. I'm ready.
Yeah. I guess, yeah.
I might close my eyes to concentrate.
Got you. That's perfect. Focus, man.
Yeah,
Alright,
focus.
first question. Which of these artists collaborated with George Condo on their album artwork? Lady Gaga, Beyonce, Kanye West, or Travis Scott? I gotta stop holding the answers like out. I'm giving them out.
I would like to say all my questions were the ones no one guessed.
I'm gonna have to guess. You got me,
That's
Beyonce.
Ah, nah.
Nope.
It was Kanye West, but you know, good guess. Yo, Beyonce does everything.
Oh, yeah. That's why I went with
Beyonce
that.
does do everything.
Yeah.
This one?
Yeah, so.
Who did the David Bowie mural on Jersey Ave? Is it Eduardo Cobra, Salvador Dali, Michelangelo, or Jackson Pollock?
It's either Dolly or Cobra. All right, Cobra.
Alright.
It's Cobra. You
Cobra.
got that
It was
so
Cobra.
right, bro. I wrote that one earlier. That's so great. I'm so glad you figured that one.
Thank
All
God.
right. Where was the Mona Lisa painted? Ringside in JC, Florence, Hogwarts, or Paris?
Well, all right. Can I get real nerdy? Because I'm
Go
actually
ahead,
a painter.
Please enlighten me.
All right. So it started in Florence, because that's where the woman was that he was commissioned to paint was, but he brought it with him when he moved to France. So he actually never actually finished it. He ended painting it in Paris, but I would say Florence is probably the answer you're looking for.
Well, I have Paris. So
Oh.
I'm gonna just
But
say
thanks
you
for the
got it.
explanation.
You gave us backstory.
You gave us some backstory.
And
Sounds
why it
good.
was in both places. And Florence was also the
Yeah,
other
that was
place.
pretty
So,
good.
yo,
Alright.
you get a free hat.
You free
man.
hat.
All right. What kind of hat is this?
Jersey City.
Nice Jersey City hat, bro.
Yeah,
Navy
that-
blue.
is that
It
it?
goes nice with your fit right now.
I know. I might try it on.
It goes nice with your fit right now, bro. Real stylish.
Well,
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, I really appreciate it, man. Blessings. This
Our
guy knows art.
lesson, we learned some stuff. It's going good.
He knew art for real though.
He
Like,
did.
he told me the backstory of everything
Word.
on that Mona Lisa piece.
Alright, we got one more. Hey, what's up? Yeah, you can. Yeah.
We all like to drink sometimes.
Alright, we're gonna get that one again. See if we can say. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that one too.
So we're gonna ask you a couple art questions.
Make sure you got the mic
Oh,
real
yeah.
quick.
Gotta get the mic right there. We're gonna ask you a couple art questions, see what you know, see what you don't know.
Okay.
And if you get the answers right, you get a free prize.
Sounds good.
Simple enough, right? Alright, first question. What's the name of Andy Warhol's New York studio? The lab, the factory, the garage, or the firm?
That would be the factory.
Okay.
Damn, yo, he got
You're
that
doing good so far.
right. Alright, I'm gonna try this one. Who painted the Scream? Is it Edward Munch? Edward Munch, Vincent Van Gogh, Otto Mueller, or Wassily Kandinsky?
Edward Munch.
Got that one right.
2-2. Let's see if we can go for the hat trick.
Should I go for this one? I'm gonna pass over this one, right?
No, because that's more like a trailer. That's fine.
Yeah, you're right. Don't look at my answers, bro.
I don't need to.
Alright, which one of these artists has done a BMW art car? Andy Warhol, Picasso, George Bush, or Basquiat?
I'm gonna guess, but I'm gonna guess Basquiat.
No! I got that one wrong, my friend. It was Andy Warhol.
Oh, it's Warhol. I bet that's a cool car.
It probably
It was
is,
cool.
man.
It was very
We're gonna
cool.
pull that picture up right
Yeah,
here
that's
somewhere.
somewhere.
But we're still gonna give you a prize because
Yeah.
you knew your stuff, man.
All right, thank you
know
so
art,
much.
bro.
Thank you.
really know art.
Thank you.
Here's your free Jersey City hat.
All right, awesome. Thank you guys.
so much.
Take it easy.
All right, bye, man. Damn, bro.
That was good.
I don't think I know art anymore now that I'm talking.
I learned a lot though.
Even
yeah.
my answers are wrong on here.
Well, guys.
Fire.
Yo,
Yo,
fun,
thank
Andy?
you so much, man. Yeah.
Yo, this is Andy and Billy on the street. Look, don't touch.
Look, don't touch. We at the Jersey City.
New Jersey. We have the JCAST. Oh, Shawn came back.
Oh, Sean's back.
We got one more.
Oh, one more.
We got
Sorry,
one
who we got?
more.
Where they at? We have a team. We have a team here. Okay.
Two brains.
Two brains better than one.
Let's see.
Okay.
Alright. First question.
It matches.
Did they give you guys a rundown of what's going on over here?
Well, a little bit.
Perfect. So we're gonna ask you some art questions, see what you know, see what you don't know.
Okay.
And if you get some answers right, you get a free prize.
Okay.
Simple enough, right?
That's easy enough.
So first question, where was the Mona Lisa painted? 4 different answers. Ringside in JC, Florence, Paris, or Hogwarts?
Florence.
Nah, I have Paris here. Dang.
Okay.
Alright.
Next
Did you
one.
get that right?
How do I score this?
How do
It's
we
so-
score it? There's 2 of them. Okay, you can answer the next one.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna just try this one. Was Bob Ross's afro real, yes or no?
Yes.
It was
Nah,
not.
It was not
Oh,
real.
get out.
We're not doing too good.
Okay.
And the
last one.
What's the name of Andy Warhol's New York studio? The lab, the factory, the garage, or the firm?
The factory.
Yes.
Okay, you know,
yes.
just
They
for that,
both know
I
We
art.
was
both know
gonna
that.
pick that one too.
You guys are great.
Alright, so we have one hat. So you can split the hat. I
Okay.
don't know how you're gonna do that, but
That's alright. We already have one.
Boom.
Oh,
A bag and a hat.
girl.
Very
Thank you
nice.
so
What
much.
are your names?
Oh, I'm Andy. This is Nabil.
yeah.
Okay, nice to meet you. Can we
Nice
do
to
a
meet you.
shout out?
Yeah, go
Of
ahead.
course. Go right ahead.
Oh, I'll be at the Alley Cat Gallery both
Alley
days,
Cat Gallery.
Saturday and Sunday,
You heard it
from
here.
12 to 6 p.m. That's on Cole Street
Cole
between
Street.
4th and 5th.
Bow.
Wow. That was
Hell
and,
yeah.
and I'll be doing the LGBT plus tour on Saturday. We're meeting
Yes.
at 11 at Mana, 1 o'clock at Alley Cat. Hope to see you there.
Yes.
You heard it here
Hope to see
first.
y'all there. You heard it here first.
You heard it here
Look,
first.
don't touch.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Thanks.
Thank you
you.
so much. It's been a pleasure.
Alright. Yo.
Yo.
Alright, guys. Sean's back. We're gonna close it out. We're gonna do this together?
Close
this out.
son.
Andy, close this
I
out.
don't know how to close out anything, bro.
This is Look, Don't Touch.
Look at the camera.
Look, don't
Look at the camera.
touch TV.
And we are outside.
Nardwar freeze frame. Everyone just freeze frame.
I can't. How do
Freeze
you
frame.
do this?
Freeze
It's
frame.
like
Just stop.
Nardwar. PowerPoint.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Y'all can keep going.
Alright, cool.